Hey, I'm Stephanie,
And I am Meredith.
and welcome to This Is My Circus.
Yay, it's so good to see you.
You two, we have not seen each other in like 2 weeks.
When we've been seeing each other so frequently, it's been like, what in the world?
I know, I know.
I missed
I
you.
missed you too, and
And Rex.
Rex missed you.
Oh, well, his tail's wagging like one little wag. One little wag.
So, catch me up on all the things.
Oh my goodness. I don't even remember last week. I know it was super busy. I know you were really busy too. So I don't even really remember what went down. This week, Jackson has had a lot of stuff at summer sports. He's won football and basketball this summer. I think basketball ends next week. He goes to a camp for a few days and then he'll be done with basketball for the summer. Um, I had to take him today to get his sports physical. So I had taken him to get his regular physical like in December. And I'm usually really good about like taking the paperwork and getting them to do it. So it's all done. Didn't do that this year. Well, I thought I had until July.
Mhm.
Well, this week they sent a paper home like we need this by Monday. And I was like, crap. So with every other high school student.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting an appointment for him at the CVS in Gastonia and take him to the Minute Clinic there. And it was out of pocket. You got to pay for your stupidity, I guess.
Well,
But
there's a place in York, and it's only like $30.
I've heard about different places,
Yeah.
but I didn't, with it being such a tight deadline, they needed the paperwork today,
Yeah.
actually for Monday. So I was like, I'm just going to take whatever I can get.
Mhm.
And it was a nurse practitioner. She was really nice. She, was thorough. She did what she needed to do. And she was like, well, what are you guys doing this weekend? And Jackson was like, well, I'm going to he's having a scrimmage. He had a scrimmage in camp today. And I was like, well, I'm going to record our podcast I'm a co-host of. And she was like, oh, what podcast? And I told her, and she said, well, what do y'all talk about? And I said, well, really everything, but we do a lot of book reviews and, true crime stuff. And she was like, I love true crime. I said, do you like TCO? She was like, my favorite. Are you going tonight? Because they're in Charlotte tonight.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, no, I'm not going. So anyway,
Yeah.
might have gained us another listener there.
Awesome.
But so, yeah, no, I mean, just super busy, crazy. Summer is exhausting for me.
Yeah.
I'm not used to it being like that, but running him everywhere, it's crazy busy.
Yeah.
And then work has just been really, really insane for some reason right now. It's just like everything is just
It all hits at once, it feels like. Like it'll be like
does.
nothing forever, and then all of a
Right,
sudden it's
right.
like
Or I'm kind of waiting on everybody to get their part done so then I can get my part done, and then everybody's done with their pieces at once and then they're waiting on me
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's just been really busy. How about you? I know you've been the same, but
Yeah.
anything fun or
Well, work has been bananas, and I sent you the revision of our ESPN commercial.
Yes.
I got cut out of, which is totally okay.
Yeah, it did make me laugh.
Yeah. But it came out, I think, they did a couple more revisions, just like little things that we
Yeah.
wanted to add, like a product in there or whatever. But it came out awesome. And
Good,
that
yeah.
will air, I think, like the weekend of July 1st. Like it should, that weekend.
Ooh,
So super exciting. We were, kind of like trying to throw all that together, get all the final
right.
stuff, make sure that everything Brandon wanted in it
Yeah.
was in it.
Yeah.
And then I got a text message from Dylan's new coach for the new school. And he was like, hey, this was last weekend. Are you guys going to be around? Can Dylan play in a tournament in Charlotte? And I was like, okay. And I was literally just about to buy the tickets to the pro lacrosse games that were in Charlotte. And Dylan had gone on Friday with one of his other friends.
Yeah.
But he wanted to go to like the second game. So I'm like, yeah, okay, like let's make it happen.
Yeah.
And I was like waiting for him to tell me if Jonas was going to come with us, how many tickets I needed to buy.
Right.
And they get the text from the coach. And I'm like, well, Dylan, tomorrow you're going to be playing in a tournament. Actually, it was a couple of days before that.
Right.
And so I was like, well, that's this weekend. So he went to the, the practice that night with Tucker. And
nice.
So he played in the tournament over the weekend. And there's a lot of kids on the team, I guess, that are pretty new. Okay. And so it was an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it was good. I mean, he had fun. It was, lacrosse is life for him. So
yeah.
It is what it is. But work has just been crazy. This is our busy time.
Yeah.
As far as sales go, and we had to let a person go this week.
That's tough though.
So a lot of the things that we thought were done were not done. So it was a lot of picking up pieces, trying
Yeah.
to a lot of the files we can't open them, and like I don't
Oh
know.
man.
Yeah, so it's been a really rough work week.
I get that. Yeah.
But other than that, everything's great.
Other than that, dumpster fire.
But we did get our fence fixed and the pool is open.
It looks great. We're
So
gonna have a
yeah.
live recording from there sometime
Yes,
soon, right?
on a float.
Yeah, that sounds great. That
I
sounds
got
great.
yes.
My niece did graduate from high school this week.
Congratulations.
So yeah, so
That's
she had
exciting.
a party for her last weekend, and then she graduated on Tuesday evening. And that all of that was like the party was like an hour and 45 minutes away from me. And of course, Jackson wanted to take some friends, and I texted my sister. I was like, "Is it okay?" She was like, "Yeah, absolutely. We got plenty of food and stuff." So show up with a car full of kids. But they actually had a good time because they had all the kids that were there, like even younger than them. They're like playing tag. It was very nice, but there was space for them to be kids.
Yeah.
So that took a lot of time on Sunday. And Sunday was when we had that rain.
Yeah.
So we were driving in that. It was just, I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
And then on Tuesday, same thing. We had to drive. It was about an hour and 15 or so to get there. And
Yeah.
and there was a lot of names. But it was good. I'm very proud of her. So she's the last of my sister's kids to graduate.
Yeah, well, I can't believe, was it last year? How many kids graduated from Clover? Like,
Oh,
I
it's
mean, it was,
insane.
yeah. So I went to high school at a Catholic school, and there
Hmm.
was, I don't even know if we hit 60 when I graduated in my class.
Hmm.
So it was like short, sweet, like
Yeah.
in and out.
Yeah. Yeah. I get
And
that.
like the public schools I should have gone to had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids, you know,
Yeah.
and like it was
Yeah.
like such a vast difference.
Yeah.
So I was telling Dylan about it,
Hmm.
and I'm like, well, when I graduated, there was only, I think, like 58 people in my class.
Hmm.
And, you know, Brandon was like, God, we had like however many, like 600, 700, 800, whatever, like,
Insane.
at his school. And Dylan's like, oh my God. He's like, you have to sit there the whole time when they do everybody's name. I'm like, yep.
Yep, you do. You
But
do.
his school will only be like probably, you know,
Yeah, it's
closer
a
to what
small,
I had, like
right, a
40
smaller
or
amount.
60.
Well, I think Jackson's class at Clover Middle had like 350. I'm somewhere in there.
Mhm.
And then, Oak Ridge will merge with them and have,
Yeah.
so their class will have about 700.
That now, and like, can you imagine when?
Yeah. And I think their class at 2027, I think they're the last class that'll come through all of them before the new schools open.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I know. It's a lot of kids.
Yeah. Well, Dylan has his driving class to get his actual like license.
Yes.
July like 20th or something like that. And so he is like dying to get his license, which makes my heart hurt a little bit.
Yeah, but
I know. So he's excited to drive to school next year.
Yeah.
Like he's got all the plans for all the music. He's got like a playlist. And I was
Well,
like,
that's turning into a new thing now. Every time we get in the car, like Jackson used to always just have I call them earbuds, earpods. I always get the name mixed up. But he's usually always got them in. Well, his new thing now is, can I have the aux? Like he wants to play. And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, but can you not?
yeah. Now, does he like the same music you do?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't not like his music, but I'm stuck in the 90s.
Yeah.
I'm very stuck in the 90s.
Yeah.
And he likes current rap, R&B stuff.
All right. Well, Dylan, he likes everything. I mean, like
Yeah.
he could listen to literally from heavy
Yes.
metal to like,
Yes.
I mean, like everything. He listens to rap, hip hop, I mean, everything.
Everything.
But he does favor the music we grew up on.
Yep.
So like the 90s
Yeah.
hip hop, the early
Now
2000s.
Jay's fine with that too.
Yeah.
Like he likes when I have it on the 90s channel. He's
Yeah.
fine with that. But
The oldies.
I know. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That hurts my feelings. Now Brian is a totally separate, totally different type of music than me. He likes rock, like old rock.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like 80s, 90s rock. He
Yeah.
likes 99.7, all that. And we used to play this game with Jackson when a song would come on, would be like, is this mommy's music or daddy's music? And it depended on the style. He'd be like, country or
Yeah.
rock would be Brian's. And then if it's more of a hip hop kind of thing, it's me.
Yeah. I am obsessed with these mashups that they're doing now.
I know.
Like the hip hop and country mashups.
Yes.
Obsessed. And I want like a whole like CD or like a whole like whatever
Yes.
available on Spotify. Like, but none of it is like
no,
because they can't release them. But
anyway, like I feel like in the Super Bowl. Do you remember when it was Aerosmith and Britney Spears?
Yeah.
Like it was amazing. I always love seeing the different artists and different genres together. So
Yeah.
I'm with you. Give me all the mashup. I know, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I like that too.
So, speaking of Facebook, I was on there this morning and I was like, this is so weird. Did you know that there is a pod, I guess they're called, of orcas in Spain, like the
Okay.
coast of Spain, and they're attacking boats?
No.
Yeah. It's
I
like a pod of like 9.
didn't know they were aggressive.
They're not, like they're normally not, but over the last couple of years, and they don't know, like,
Maybe
so
they have an STD, as Jack would say.
they think that one theory from the scientists is one of the orcas got hit by a boat like 2 years ago, and it was payback. And she's teaching the other orcas
Oh
to attack the rudders of the sailboats.
my gosh, that's terrifying.
I know. And there's all these boats that have gotten like destroyed by these orcas. No, nobody's gotten hurt or killed.
Yeah, but that's good.
So. And then another guy got attacked. Like the boat got attacked by the same pod of orcas twice. He said there was 2 smaller ones that were hitting the one side, and then the big one was coming at it from the
They
other
got
side.
like a plan.
Yeah, like it's like
That's
a
strategic.
little gang in the water.
Yeah. Oh my
Right?
gosh.
It's crazy, and like they're so smart. Like it's
Yeah,
bananas.
I had no
So
idea.
that's a little terrifying.
Anybody going to Spain, be on the lookout.
I will not go in the water.
Yeah, but don't you want to get in the water if you go to
I'm
Spain?
sure I would, but like
Maybe not in a boat.
no,
Then you
like
could
I'll just go like swim, and
Yeah.
hopefully they don't eat me.
Yeah, no, you'd be fine. You'd be totally fine. Totally fine. I didn't see that story though. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So I saw it, like a couple of different people had talked about it, and I don't know why they come up in my newsfeed because it's not anybody I actually even follow. It was
Yeah.
just like random
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, I was like, that is so bananas that
That they're teaching each other that. Yeah.
So I don't know.
No.
It bugged me out. I was like,
I got speaking of animals and videos and stuff, that's pretty much all my social media feed is.
Yeah.
And I watched like 14 times the other day this polar bear like backing up to drive in the water, and that's like somebody had narrated it. He's like, here I go. It was so adorable. I have to link it if I can link it to our page.
I just saw one that was like that with penguins.
Oh my gosh, we're so mature.
But I'd rather that than like the stuff that comes up in Brandon's newsfeed.
Totally.
Like, serious.
Totally.
That's totally like our personalities, like
Yeah, same.
and goofy animals.
Same. And
Politics.
serious politics, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So did you get a chance to read our book?
Oh my gosh. So I actually had read it once before, like
Okay.
when it first came out,
Yeah.
I think. And then so I listened to it this time, and I thought it was such a good book. Like,
Yeah.
let me read the blurb.
Okay. And it is called Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris.
Yes. Everyone knows a couple like Jack and Grace. He has looks and wealth. She has charm and elegance. He's a dedicated attorney who never lost a case. She is a flawless homemaker, a masterful gardener and cook, and dotes on her disabled younger sister. Though they are still newlyweds, they seem to have it all. You might not want to like them, but you do. You're hopelessly charmed by the ease and comfort of their home, by the graciousness of the dinner parties they throw. You'd like to get to know Grace better, but it's difficult because you realize Jack and Grace are inseparable. Some might call it true love, others might wonder why Grace never answers the phone, or why she never meets for coffee, even though she doesn't work. How she can cook such elaborate meals but remain so slim, or why she never seems to take anything with her when she leaves the house, not even a pen, or why there are such high security metal shutters on all the downstairs windows. Some might wonder what's really going on once the dinner party is over and the front door has closed.
Da-da. And trigger warning.
Yes, actually, I wrote that too.
Did you? Okay,
Yes.
go ahead and give that too.
All right, so starting with the trigger warnings, there is domestic violence and animal abuse.
Yes.
So if any of those things trigger you, this might not be the book for you.
Right.
And while I obviously hate that,
Mhm.
I thought this book was wonderfully written. And this was her first book.
Right. She actually has another book coming out that I'm going to put on our next list, which is called The Breakdown.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put that on our next list, but I can't wait to get into this one.
Yeah.
And as always, I don't want to give too many spoilers.
Yes.
But I agree. I really like this one. Listen to it as well. I think I was listening to it and then you grabbed it right after me.
I did. Because as soon as you said, I better return it.
Yeah. You
I
grabbed
got like, it was like an hour later, it was like, ding,
ding. So yeah, I'm really loving the Hoopla app. It was
Yes.
amazing. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was interesting. You could see a lot of the pieces come together, but there was still a lot of loops.
Yes.
Like I did not expect for Mr. Angel
Ugh.
to have some of the history that he did. I
Yeah.
thought he was just a demented current person, not everything that led up to
Yeah.
him being a demented adult.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay, so I did figure out some of the stuff along the way, but
Okay.
that did not take away from the story. And like
Mhm.
I kept me still wanting to listen to it.
Yeah.
I know we have talked about before when you figure out kind of like, oh,
Right.
you kind of like skip through it.
Yeah.
But that was not the case for me for this book.
Good.
I liked the layout of like going back and forth in time.
Yes.
From when they first met
Yeah.
versus, what the
Yes.
present.
And a lot of
craziness
times,
going
I think
on.
we've talked about this before, a lot of times when that happens, when they jump around, it's easy, especially in an audiobook, to get lost in where they are. But
Yeah.
same thing, it was easy to follow. It was an easy read.
Yeah.
Like, it was a quick one.
Yeah, for sure. I really liked the relationship between Grace and Millie, the sister.
Oh, totally.
I loved that, even though she had Down syndrome, I believe. But like they highlighted her intelligence and
Yes.
her, like it wasn't like,
Yeah.
she was very cunning almost.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I loved that they did it that way.
Yes.
Highlighting her intelligence.
Right. She was a very big player in the book.
Yeah.
And you don't expect that her role to be what it was.
Yes.
Again, try not to give spoilers, but I appreciated that she did play key parts in this book.
Yeah.
It was, and her George Clooney comments.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it made me laugh.
It
made me laugh. Made me laugh. You guys will have to read that and let us know what you think about the George Clooney comments. But what else?
I found myself like asking myself, well, what would I do if I was Grace, right?
Totally.
Would I have done more, or would I have just like, said, okay, well, this is it?
Yeah.
I think that she made it very relatable because you can totally see where she's coming from. Like I had read a lot of reviews while I was like, after I had finished, I was just seeing what, the reviews out there were. And a lot of the people said that they didn't think that Grace did enough, like in the situation she was in it. But I think it was totally relatable. I think that the amount that she did do, I think is what the average person would do. I think it was relatable.
Yeah.
And I think it was really well done in that aspect of it.
Yeah. I did get a little frustrated, and maybe it was just me, wanting action in the book.
Yeah.
But I was like, come on, let's do something. You can surely figure something else out. But the part where somebody is saying a phone number, and I don't think this will give too much away, but Grace doesn't have a cell phone. And like they said, she doesn't leave the house with anything. And so somebody's trying to give a phone number, and she's trying to commit it to memory. And the other person's kind of seeing where she's at and is like, did you get that? Did I say that right? And she's trying to help her out. So, I mean, I think she wanted change. Yes. She just didn't know how to get it. And I think Millie gave her some courage.
I do too. Well, incentive for sure.
Yes, it definitely incentive. But I think the fact that Millie was taking steps forward let her know, okay, I can do this.
Yep. So the other note that I had made while I was listening was that I thought it was interesting that they highlighted that most of the friends never questioned anything.
I know.
And I sat back and I was like, well, if I was a friend, how would I react to that? And I don't know how I would. Like, I don't know if I would just kind of glass over it, like almost, 99% of the people in the book did, or would I catch on to that? I don't know. Like, in those social situations, like you're drinking wine, you're whatever. And like, so I don't know if it would be like super in your face, because as you're reading it, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
And you know what clues to look for.
Right. I mean, unfortunately, and this is something I need to get better on, I don't think I would pick up on anything. Yeah. Because I'm just so, like, I take things at face value. And if nobody's sitting there holding a sign saying, help me, then I'm not really going to jump up. So that's something I need to be better at is, looking for signs and not, just in just being aware. Yeah. In all kinds of things. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I thought it was such a interesting, like, dynamic, of all the characters. I just, I don't think I would ever question. I think that's the society we live in right now. Right. Is mind your business. Yeah. And, what happens behind closed doors is not my business. It's funny that you say that, because it is kind of a mind your own business, but it's also a get in everybody's business. Yeah. With social media, of course, anything you put out there can be, I could be a, 5'2", 110-pound supermodel, but I mean, it's. I got the 5'2" part down. But, it's an appearances, and a lot of times that stuff is just so easy to hide.
Yeah. So I thought it was I really liked it.
Agreed.
And it was an easy read, but it kept you in it the
Yeah.
whole time.
And from the very beginning.
Yes.
It's not one that took me a minute to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely liked this book a
Yeah, me
lot.
too. What would you rate it?
Oh, I'd probably give it like a 9.
Me too. That's what I was thinking.
Were you?
Yeah.
I really liked it. Like I said, I'm going to put and it's not a sequel.
No.
The other book, it's called The Breakdown by B.A. Paris.
And she has another book that she has previously released.
Okay.
And I did read it. I just can't remember the name of it, but it was also really good. Like, I mean, she's just a great author.
Yeah, I really like her. And I've read something about her where they were like, did you put B.A. Paris as your initials on the book because you wanted people to think you were a man? She was like, no, my first name is Bernadette, and it's too long for the book cover. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was cute. So yeah, we'll definitely add that one to our next list that we're compiling. I also read, since we did have extra long time, and I wasn't really wanting to read this book, but it kept popping up. I read The Spare about Prince Harry.
Oh, did you like it?
By Prince Harry.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, it was really good.
Really?
It was. And I have been in my mind that the whole thing with his new wife is blown out of proportion. Like, it's just, it didn't really happen. Of course but he actually narrates the audiobook, and you're actually hearing him tell his story.
Yeah.
And it was powerful. It was really good. So I would recommend that. There's a lot that, you're like, does that really happen or not? And, you could put anything in a book, but some of the things that he says, I'm like, I kind of remember the outfit that she had on when he said this happened. So if you're if you have any interest in the royals or all of that stuff, I definitely would say
that was a good one.
It was. Yeah. It was pretty good.
I think it's interesting that he narrated it.
Yes, it was. It was because I started the book and it was like Spare, read by me. And I was like, oh, like he said that, and I was like, fangirl a little bit.
Yeah.
I used to have the biggest crush on his brother.
Really?
Yeah. Well, before he lost all his hair. But there's a lot in that book like about drugs he did. I didn't know he was like hard drugs.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know a lot of Meghan's history. I think she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Oh my gosh. But there was a lot I didn't know about, about that. And just the way that some of the things come from his family. I'm talking not like Kate.
Yeah.
I mean, read it. If you have any interest in royalty, like I said, go for it. That's another book review this week for everybody.
Bonus.
I know. Trying to make up for us being slack last week.
Did you do your dumb crime?
I did.
Ooh, Arkansas. This week was Arkansas.
Arkansas. Did you, do you want to do law first, or can we do...
Whatever you...
Okay, let's do laws first.
Okay. All right, so Arkansas dumb laws.
Yes.
Go for it.
I can't. I'm still loading.
Okay, so I'll go first then.
Okay.
You can't walk your pet cow down Main Street after 1 p.m. on Sundays. Only after 1 p.m. on Sundays.
That's a lot of criteria.
Yeah.
Can you ride your cow down? That is funny.
You can't beat your wife more than once a month.
I saw that too.
And I'm like, well, is it free for all to beat your husband?
Absolutely. And what about like February only having 28 days and then January has 30? Like that's I thought this one was funny. Never suddenly start or stop a vehicle at McDonald's.
I did see that. And I'm like, how do you not go through drive-through?
Right. I guess you have to ease into it a little bit. But I do have to tell you, do y'all go through many drive-throughs?
No.
I was going to say, they always give me a drink tray. And I hate those things. And I always tell Jackson, if they give me a drink tray, I'm going to throw it back at them. Because what do you do? It falls over anyway.
Yeah. I saw something, though, that the drink tray had like a double usage, but I can't remember what it is at the moment. But I'll find it one day and I will show it to you. It had like you're supposed to do something else with it. Like for your
yeah, I got you. Kind of like the hole in the top of the Chick-fil-A nuggets is for your drink or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had another one. Atheists cannot hold political office or testify as witnesses.
I saw that and I would be like, let me tell you, if I ever got called to testify, I'd be like, sorry. I mind my business.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch the court case from
right.
The benches.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be up on stand.
No front row. What else you got?
Dogs are not allowed to bark after 6 p.m. in Little Rock. How do you control that?
I don't know. I can't control mine any hour of the day.
Ooh. And the last one I have is it's forbidden to keep an alligator in the bathtub.
Why are there all the alligator ones? And what happened that they had to make that a law? Listen to this one. You cannot name your child Zabracadabra. Seriously.
You don't tell me what I can and cannot name my child.
Not abracadabra. Zabra. Whatever. I can't say it slow.
I would do it just to, because you can't tell me what to do.
Right.
What you got for your crime?
Okay. I liked this one. In Harrison, Arkansas, emergency personnel were called to a pawn shop regarding a man stuck in the store's chimney. Did you see this one? He tried to tell the police he was taking a shortcut home late the night before and decided to walk across the roofs of adjacent buildings. This was on the Today Show. Did you hear about the guy in Clover that died?
No.
So this was several years ago, but there's an open air flea market in Clover, kind of from here on the way. Okay. So somebody was on the roof and it was wintertime, according to all the things I've heard. I can't remember exactly the time of the year. Anyway, he was trying to get into this building to get warm and he fell in the building. He was on drugs or something.
Yeah.
And when he fell in, he fell between like the wall and the sheetrock or something and he got stuck. And nobody found him until he started to decay.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well, so speaking of like local stuff.
Yeah.
So you know the Morgans, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he was a pastor at the church in Lake Wiley. I was looking up like dumb criminals. I just put in like dumb criminals, whatever. And I guess because it knew my location, it brought up the local stuff too.
Yeah.
And it said that like the alarm went off at 1:00 in the morning and he found a naked guy in the church. Like he went down there because like the alarms were going off or whatever. And so when he went in, he found a naked man.
Oh my gosh.
The church bathroom. Like butt naked.
From what I hear, a lot of people try to like get in churches and go in their parking lots and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So that was mine. The man fell in the chimney. And it was, like I said, on the Today Show. And that got big news. What you got?
Okay. So this I got from, it was like a radio station in Arkansas. After a night of drinking, 2 Arkansas men decided to test the durability of a bulletproof vest by shooting each other. Residents Charles Eugene Ferris, 50, and Christopher Hicks, 36, ended up in the hospital where they told investigators they were shot after they were hired for a secret mission that involved following someone through Hobbs State Park, according to the Benton County Sheriff's Office. But when Ferris's wife showed up at the hospital, she had a different story to tell. She was not having it.
And I'm sure.
The men had been drinking on Ferris's back porch when he asked Hicks to shoot him. Although the vest stopped the bullet, it still left a painful mark on Ferris's chest. That upset Ferris, so when Hicks put the vest on, Ferris unloaded the clip into Christopher's back, according to the affidavit. Both men were arrested and charged with felony aggravated assault. Before releasing them on $5,000 bond, a judge issued a no-contact order between the men. They each face up to 6 years in prison.
Oh my gosh.
But like, can you picture that wife rolling up in there? No.
This is not what we're doing today. Yeah. We are not doing this.
Yeah. So they were still drunk in the hospital when the cops got there and making up this story. And the wife was like,
that is no. Don't tell the truth right now. I'm going to tell it for you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like I would like to talk to her.
For real. Yes.
She's got
stories for days.
For days and days and days. That was a good one. There was a lot in Arkansas. I actually had a couple more, but we're going to skip them. So
yeah.
There was a lot.
There was a lot.
Have we done, we did Mississippi, right?
Yes. And then Kentucky?
Ooh, okay. I like it.
All right.
I like it. And our book next time is
The Last Mrs. Parrish.
Yes, The Last Mrs. Parrish by Liv Constantine. Cool. Okay. So, and then what did you just say? Kentucky.
Kentucky. Yeah,
okay.
Kentucky. So, we remember like back in like early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, obviously we didn't have a lot of like the social media stuff going on where we're getting targeted for ads like every time you open your phone.
Right.
But there was infomercials.
Yes.
And so I am like the target market for like, I would be in college, like get home from like parties or whatever, or the bar, and I would watch the infomercials for rotisserie chicken makers. And,
oh, yeah.
I would sit there for hours and just watch.
Were you just watching them or did you purchase?
both.
Okay.
I am like I get sucked into that stuff
Okay.
so easily, and which is probably why Facebook targets me so much for all these freaking ads. But I did get the body snatching.
I cannot wait to hear what you thought about it.
Okay, I've got lots of thoughts.
Okay.
So I got the pack of 3 because it was like buy 2 or buy 3 get 70% off or
Okay.
something like that. Which
I gotcha.
So
Ooh.
this is that the black one's upstairs.
Okay.
So you can see like
Yeah. Yeah.
So the girls on the little
Yeah.
videos say you don't have to wear a bra. That is not true. Okay, because all of your stuff will be showing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a true statement. So
Okay.
like these are not braless
things. Okay, so still need to
like
wear.
if you had like smaller chest, but I could not go braless.
Okay.
In this, and like you'd be able to see like
Right,
nips.
and that doesn't look like any support.
No.
Or anything. Okay.
But it's very tight, like a
sure, it's kind of constricted.
Yeah, but no.
But you still need something to
like
cover
be showing
everything. Yeah.
It does for when you have to pee. It's got like these little like snap things.
Okay.
Which I put on jeans just to see if it would be uncomfortable, and it's not.
It's not uncomfortable. Did you try to use the bathroom when you had it on though? And like that looks like not easy to maneuver.
It's not that bad. Like I it's easy more.
But I mean, even when you have it on,
like
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Because like this is pretty high. Like it's like up high.
Oh,
okay.
It's
underneath. It's like
okay.
Like higher up in that area.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
Access.
Yes.
You're not doing it blind.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
But, so it looks like a baby's onesie. Is what immediately what I thought of. It does constrict your waist quite a bit. And it's what I like about it is some of these the panels are only like right where your actual waistline is. This goes all the way.
It looked
down.
like it, like right under where your bra would be, and then right at your hips.
Yeah,
it looks like.
So, and that's where I hold like my weight is like my lower belly, and so a lot of these things that have come out, like it only does like your actual waistline. And so this I really liked because it does.
So it did get that spot.
Awesome. So I didn't wear it for a length of time. I don't know if it would like stretch out throughout the day. So I haven't given it a test for that yet, but I would give it like a 7 out of 10 because I still have to wear a bra.
Yeah. But I don't see that as being something that you would wear all the time.
No. Like, I mean, and then like the girls in the freaking video were like, I'm gonna wear this to the beach. You cannot wear that to the beach. You have like
with the snaps at the crotch.
No, and no. So like they're very misleading, like some of the stuff that they had said in there.
Okay.
But it did. I mean, it didn't like snatch me like some of these girls in the videos, but it did like give me the control.
Yeah.
For like that little
and smooth out a little bit. Now was the sizing we had talked about size before? It was good. It was accurate.
I got it small.
And that was what they recommended with your
with my weight. But when I was trying to get it on, right? So like I couldn't my butt's pretty big for like my frame. And so I like it wasn't going on that way. And so like I had to
That's what I was gonna ask. Did you do it?
I had to go over my head.
Okay.
And then like I got stuck for a hot minute.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be I'm gonna have to call Brandon.
I've done that before. So not with like a bodysuit, but like just like a tank that compresses a little.
Yeah.
And especially when you get out of the shower or you're hot getting ready, because I get hot when I get ready. And I'm like, Brian, you have got I'm freaking out. You've got to unroll this.
Like my phone, I was like, I'm like, how am I gonna get to my phone? Hey Siri. But I was really afraid I was gonna have to call Brandon in for like backup, trying to get this thing on. But once it was on, like it definitely and it's got adjustable straps, which is nice. So the adjustable straps, but like the straps feel really flimsy.
Yeah, they don't look like they would do much.
I think underneath like a dress, like if you have to wear something that you don't
nicer
like,
and
you're like any kind of stuff coming out, like like I got like little bulges. I think it would like really smooth you out for that type of situation.
Yes.
However, for a dress, if it's form fitting, like you probably want to wear, and if boys are you listening, please cover your ears. But you probably want to wear like a thong, like so you don't have like the lines, and that would not give it to you because it's a full. But
They'll probably start making them that
They do. I just saw
they
an ad for it, in that version.
or like with a boy short.
Yeah.
Kind of would be, better too.
Then I also saw another one that has a underwire bra built into it, and I was like, that's the one
That's it.
yeah.
That's the ticket.
Yeah. So, I think,
Okay.
for what it is,
Right.
I think, and I think I paid $25 for all three.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. If I
Yeah.
wear it like once, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not returning it because it would have to go all the way to Poland and wherever it came from before Poland. But yeah.
Well, good. I'm
That-
glad you finally got it. I'm glad to hear your review. And that's a pretty good review, and that's still a high number.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's still high. A 7's still good.
Yeah. So like, yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's again, the only reason I knocked it down was because I
The
thought
bra.
I didn't have to wear a bra, and I do.
Yeah. I got you.
So we'll
Yeah.
see.
We were talking earlier, and you told me you tried a new makeup.
I did. So I, again, on Facebook,
Mhm.
a girl I follow is a private detective,
Mhm.
and she also sells Seint makeup.
Yeah.
And so she's always doing her makeup, telling these funny
Yes.
PI stories.
Yes.
So I was like, that looks so much easier than,
Mhm.
and I'm not, we've talked about this. Like, I'm
Right.
not a makeup person. I don't do makeup well.
Same.
I attempt it and
Mhm.
hope for the best. So her doing this like 5-minute makeup thing, I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, like this is so much easier.
Yeah.
And so I bought it, the whole like first whatever kit
Just-
with the contour, the
yeah.
whatever highlighter, and
Yeah.
that again, makeup is not for me, like
Yeah.
to do it. But I really like it. I gave it a month before I wanted to even
Yeah.
bring it up because I wanted to see the
Which-
first couple times.
Yeah.
It was hard to acclimate to.
It is hard to, because I use it too.
Yeah.
I've been using it for about a year,
Mhm.
and I don't wear makeup every day.
Mhm.
And I want something relatively easy
Yeah.
when I do, that's not a whole lot of products, because I get lost in all the products.
Yeah.
And
But I love buying them, and then I'll never use them.
right. And I like that it's I just feel like it really, on these videos, like you said, it works so good.
Yeah.
So I don't think it translates to me that well.
Well,
Or-
and they also probably have filters on their videos and
Yeah.
whatever else.
I like the coverage.
Yeah.
I think I have it on today.
Me too.
Yeah. I like the coverage with it, but with it being a cream like it is,
Mhm.
and not like a liquid, I feel like it's very heavy.
Okay.
And I have a problem with that sometimes, like trying to. So basically, what you do? You want to go ahead and explain it?
Go ahead.
Okay. So
You're the pro. You've been a year.
no. So you get quote color matched, and they recommend the colors that are going to be your highlight, your contour, your blush, your lip color, all that kind of stuff. And then they send it to you in a palette with all these different colors, and tells you what to use where. And then you put it on your face, and it's just one layer thing. You don't build it, and
Right.
it's a cream. And you put it on, and then you just kind of blot it in your skin.
Mhm.
I have a hard time with the blotting it. I want to like swipe it all over and rub it.
Do you use their brushes?
I do. I have
Okay.
the same ones that I see over
Yeah,
there.
I love their brushes, and I saw somebody else was like using a beauty blender, and I did
Yeah.
try that, and I hated that. That was
Yeah.
like awful.
Yeah, I don't
So
like that
the
either.
Brushes were awesome.
Yeah, I like their brushes too. I've been trying to take better care of the brushes,
Yeah.
so cleaning them and stuff. What do you use the big fluffy end for? Because I can't really because it's so soft.
Yeah.
You can't really dab.
I thought it was supposed to be for blush because that's what
Okay.
it said, and
Yeah.
like, I can't get my blush to do anything with that end.
No.
So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Maybe the bronzer and the highlight, or the bronzer. Did you get the setting powder?
Yes, but I don't.
I use it. Yeah,
Uh-uh.
no, but I do have that. Yeah, I really, really like it. So if you're watching the video version of this,
Mhm.
this is what my makeup bag was,
Mhm.
and now this is what
Yeah.
makeup is. So I really, really, really like the portability,
Agreed.
and everything's in one. And it's,
Yes.
I mean, it seems to last a while.
It does. I
It
think
uses
I've
a little
ordered
tiny bit.
twice. And again, I don't wear makeup every day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not, using it too frequently, but a few times a week.
Yeah.
And I do feel like it stays on pretty good.
Yeah.
I just don't, I'm still getting used to, and with it being a year, I don't know. But like I said, I feel like it's kind
The
of
dabbing.
heavy.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I like it. I like the way it looks.
Well, and I feel like, I mean, getting older, products just don't work with my skin as good anymore.
Right.
And I feel like that works really well with
Yeah.
my
Well,
fine
and one thing
lines
they say before you use that makeup, one thing that I've read is they say like put on a liquid or cream
before.
before
Yeah.
moisturizer.
Yeah.
Because I like to use oils on my face too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have got such dry skin.
Yeah.
So I like try to pile on moisturizer a million times a day
I know.
if
I
I'm
try to
not wearing
too. And I've
makeup.
got some with like a Vino and they have SPF built in. And I really like those because, like I said, I get almost claustrophobic feeling. Like I get really hot with stuff like that. So I'm going to we'll link my Aveeno if you don't mind.
No, no.
Because like I said, it's a light moisturizer, but it's got SPF, which we should all be wearing.
Yes.
So we'll link that too.
But if I'm wearing a hat, like which I do like
I know, me
99% of the
too.
time, I don't wear makeup. I just
No,
like put on my
totally.
hat on.
Totally.
My only problem, I got these super dark circles under my eyes, and that's probably from not sleeping, or being stressed 99% of the time.
Yeah.
You know, I don't wear makeup a lot, but
I don't do it either, especially so I had my eyebrows tattooed a couple years ago. And especially now that I have permanent eyebrows, because before, I mean, it was like I would get out of the pool and my eyebrows would be gone. So now that, especially that I've got those guys on there, I don't do makeup a lot.
Yeah.
Either. And I probably should do it more, but sunblock to me is more important than makeup.
yeah.
People.
Well, you know, on with my buying sprees lately. I guess I get bored and like I just start. I hit with all these ads.
Yeah, and probably with all the stress, you're medicating a little
Yes,
bit with
maybe.
purchases.
Seeing a therapist might be cheaper.
This is our therapy.
That's actually what I told Brandon. I need this because, you know, as moms, I know we've talked about
Right.
this before. Like you got to like fill your cup back up to be able to give to your family. And I feel like this gives me that release, I guess, or, you know, filling my cup back up with
Yes.
adult time or, you know,
Right.
being able to connect with people we don't even know. I think
know.
it's, you know,
Yeah, absolutely. To have that time. And, you know, when we see each other out, we talk.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have like a carved out time where we don't feel like we're running. Gotta go.
Yeah. At the grocery store.
Yes, which is always where we meet.
I know.
Always.
But I believe I've touched on this before because Rex would not drink the water in Clover, like the tap water.
Yes.
So
Did you find a solution?
I did. Well, and I was just using like a Brita water pitcher or whatever for him. And like that's mostly what we drink, like 90%. Like I hardly ever buy juice and never buy soda. Like, and just all three of us just like water. So Brandon, I swear, thought I was crazy for the longest time. And like, I'm like, the water tastes funny here. I don't like it. It's like there's a chemical taste. I don't know what it is. And he's like, you're crazy. And then like Rex wouldn't drink the water. And I'm like, no, there's something wrong. Like the dog won't drink.
Rex won't drink it.
The dog isn't drinking water. There's something wrong with the water. Even like the refrigerator water, it still just tastes funny to me. So I got the big giant like Glacier fresh gravity fed water filter system. And it's got 6 different filters in it.
Wow.
So there's like the carbon filter, the fluoride filter, like it's got all this stuff. And like the water tastes so good. It tastes like nothing, which is what it should taste like.
So is it hooked? So do you feel it?
Yeah, you just fill it on the top and then like it drips down. So it does 2.25 gallons at a time.
Wow.
And I just keep a pitcher in the fridge so it's cold for when Rex needs a refill.
Of course, he gets chilled water.
And everybody else drinks the cold water, and then nobody else fills it back up to get cold water.
That's the way it works. On that toilet paper roll that never gets
exactly. But I got it on Amazon, figuring, of course, you know, like if it didn't work or whatever, there's no issues trying to get it back. But there was a coupon for it.
I love it.
I know, and you know, I'm on all those deal Facebook groups.
I was going to say, when you were talking about the infomercials, those are what get me. Those.
Are you on Telegram?
No.
Oh my God. Okay. We got it.
Okay.
Oof. Maybe I shouldn't tell you.
I'm in the one where it's like, this is 80% off today. You need to grab it. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I need it.
Grab it. Yeah. But yeah, it works great. And so then of course I'm like, well, I don't want to use ice cubes from like the Clover water and put it into my nice clean water.
Purpose.
So I got, I was looking at like the countertop. I don't have room like for countertop ice cube thing. So I just got these little ice cube trays and they come out, the ice is like little pebbles. It's like these little
so you use your fresh water, your filtered water for that. My sister has an ice maker that's kind of, you know, about a foot square and it sits and the ice is the good crunchable kind.
Like the Sonic ice. So it came in like a stack of 4 ice cube trays. Yeah. And it's the cutest little ice pebbles. We were going through like 3 cases of water a week, and like that's a lot
Yeah.
of plastic. That's a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
so, and half bottles all over the
All
house.
over the place.
So this it'll be like $100 a year to maintain it with the filters.
There you go.
So
It's
it's
worth
worth
it.
it. To
And
me, it's worth
yeah,
it.
and saving all that plastic,
Yeah.
not
So
with
I
the
want to get
turtles.
like a little like push cart for the kitchen and keep that on it.
Yeah.
So it's not like blocking my cabinets.
Well, it doesn't look bad though. It's nice
Yeah.
and shiny and
Yeah.
clean, and but yeah, I get you. That's good. I'm glad you found a solution.
Yes. So all of us are happy now.
Yeah.
And drink lots and lots of water.
Yeah. You'll have to send me the page you were
Yeah.
just talking about. Which Telegram?
The Telegram, it's an app, and like all the
cool.
deals are on there, like from all the groups.
Okay, send it to me.
Okay.
All those half drank bottles of water, though, I agree. I usually fill the dog bowls up with that. Rex.
Yeah, so he was also getting like the leftover bottled water, but I'm like having to go around the house and I'm like, there's 3 of us. How is there 25 bottles of water everywhere?
Yeah.
And I know all of you listening probably know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have boys or like teenagers in the house.
Yes.
So,
do girls do that much, do you think?
I have no clue.
I don't either.
don't know anything about girls.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Same. But I know that maybe that should be one of our next goals is to have a girl mom on.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
speaking of, so we've got several guests that will be coming up in the next couple of weeks.
It's so excited to have some of these peeps on.
So we are really looking forward to interviewing and getting to know some of these other women a little bit better. We have some local people as well as people in other states, so that's exciting.
Very exciting.
And so we've got lots of good things coming.
We've been trying to brainstorm and come up with some things to keep everybody entertained and engaged because we appreciate you guys listening and taking the time to listen to us. So we want to make sure that you're getting your money's worth.
Oh, and we got a new 5-star review on Apple. So yes, if you are leaving the reviews, we appreciate. We read them all. We are super excited.
Obviously, I haven't read this one, but
I like stalk it. Please,
so good.
Please don't be a bad one.
But we appreciate you subscribing, following us, leaving the reviews.
Yeah. So if you haven't left a review, please do so. It really helps us out. If you haven't subscribed, do so that you get your little alert every Tuesday when we drop a new episode.
Yep.
And I think we are almost ready to start a Patreon where you can subscribe and get a full video version of our podcast.
Speaking of special guests too, I think that one of those should be one of our Patreons should be us and our sons. And we
For sure.
Yeah, we could do some kind of something.
Yeah.
Games with them or something.
They're really goofy, so
oh my gosh,
it'll give you lots of laughs.
Yes, totally.
So yeah, we have a lot of good stuff coming up, and I am so excited. And thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being my therapy and my outlet, and letting me replenish my cup, so that I can be a mom and a wife and a boss.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking with us through last week when we had to just kind of bail on you a little bit. We hope to not have to do that too much, but life happens, as I'm sure you guys all know.
Yes. So I think that's it.
Yep. We're good. Thank y'all.
Thank you guys so much. And we can't wait to give you the next book review, which is The Last Mrs. Parrish and our Kentucky Laws and Crimes.
It'll be fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.